What's going on, guys? This is Aaron with the Purchase Capital. We're here with Michael Timmons, President and CEO of Fury Gold Mines. How are you doing today, Michael?
Great. Thank you for having me, Aaron.
Yes, really excited to talk about the company. So Fury Gold Mines is an exploration and development company with 3 high-grade gold assets in Canada. Can you tell us a bit more about the company and your projects?
Perfect. Thank you. Fury is a relatively new opportunity for investors, and we're focused on high-grade gold in Canada, as you've said. And we've organized our assets and people for aggressive growth. The vision of the company is to build a mining company, be pouring gold by 2025. And so what that means is that we have to come out with large-scale exploration and potential future acquisitions as we grow. We have about 3.7 million ounces now across the platform at an average resource grade of around 7.3 grams per ton. So that's a standout when you do your comparables.
Definitely.
We're actively drilling our Eau Claire project in the James Bay Gold Camp in Quebec, which is an emerging gold camp. We own the Homestake Ridge project, which really is the center of gravity in the Homestake trend in BC's Golden Triangle. And we have a prolific 300-kilometer gold belt. It's a greenstone project up in Nunavut, which we're calling our Committee Bay. All 3 projects have over 1 million ounces of resources, immediate expansion potential, and several of them have the chance and opportunity for a brand new major discovery, right? And that's by the design of putting the company together. We wanted slow and steady, annual ounce delivery to underpin the downside, but then expose our owners to that next new major discovery, which gives, gives people that own these mining stocks a little bit of sizzle and excitement when they have with their ownership. So, big action plans and big gains in value equal big gains in value as far as we're concerned, and that's what we have lined up for shareholders this year.
Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty exciting year for you guys. So what sets Fury apart from other junior gold companies working in Canada?
That's also a really good question. Investors, that follow have a lot of choice, right? There are thousands of mining companies. So I think you really need to look at how a company is positioned with its key ingredients, people, assets, and what they're doing, what their plans are, and how are they moving these things along. So there's a few features actually that set Fury apart. We have a professional management team, right? We're all from the majors. And we're the large mining companies, and we're coming down cap. We have direct, actionable knowledge and experience, right? So I think the first component really is the quality of the people that are involved here. We manage a multiple asset platform, as we're about to discuss, of high-grade assets rather than just being limited by one project, right? So what we want to do is we want to maximize opportunity per share. I think that's a bit of a nuance between from us to our peer group. And the other point I think is just a large exploration scale mindset, right? Because of our deep technical expertise, we're able to take on a little bit more exploration risk than I would say our peer group can, in order to crystallize value for our shareholders faster. And so there's a whole aspect of technical time value. And I think that's a different mindset than I would say our peer group would have.
Awesome. So, the company has several drill programs planned for 2021. Can you give us a quick rundown of your planned work at each project?
Sure. Overall, we're going to do about 100,000 meters this year, right? And I think that's a big, and that's spread over all of the projects. We just kicked off the first 50,000 meters at Eau Claire in Quebec. It's a combination of resource expansion and near mine targeting. In the summer, we're going to kick off 30,000 meters at Homestake Ridge in BC, and that's going to be the largest program that project has ever seen. And again, it's going to be resource expansion and some really exciting deep drilling. We have a bit of a surprise coming out for investors there. And up at Committee Bay, subject to COVID restrictions, we're all very, 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 very cautious. There's a lot of vulnerable communities the further north you go. I think we're going to go up with a 10 to 15,000 meter program. It's going to be very targeted, very selective, to drill test some pretty mature targets that we have out there that the previous company had been working. So active all year, increasing scale and finding more gold.
Awesome, lots to look forward to. So Fury Gold Mines has an impressive team of experts. Who are the key members and what do they bring to the table?
So you've hit the nail on the head. I think, people are the most important part of our strategy. And the top three people of the company are from Newmont Goldcorp and Agnico, right? So we have decades of experience. All of our skill sets are around multiple asset platforms. We're used to running large teams, and we're happy to shoulder big expectations. Michael Hendrickson is our SVP Exploration. He's a former Newmont Global Structural Geo. And he's the core when it comes to all of our technical skill sets. And he would never say it, but in my view, he's a visionary when it comes to our technical planning. He can open up a technical problem, bring it to us so that we can kind of plan through it. And he's very special that way. Lindsay Sherry is our CFO, who's right now very busy preparing the company for the growth that we're about to have. She's a former controller from Goldcorp. She's a very, very strong CFO, and we're very, very fortunate to have her on board at Fury. I'm the CEO. I have a combined technical and operating expertise. I have a business background at both Placer Dome and Agnico Eagle. And I was at Agnico when they grew it from 1 mine to 9 mines. And so that was a period of pretty crazy growth for a company, even of that size. A lot of things went well during that time frame, and a lot of things didn't go so well. So there was a lot, there were some challenges along the way. And it's that experience that I'm bringing into Fury. All three of us have experience in rapidly growing organizations, as I've said. Game plan playbooks to take this company the distance.
Very exciting. Your team sounds really great. So you recently released the first results for the drill program at Eau Claire. What do these results mean for the company?
So our goal, it's good to kind of go high level and then we'll go down, right, to the actual result. Our goal at Eau Claire is to double the potential output of that project. So we want to go from 80,000 ounces that was in the last economic study that was done in 2018, and we want to bring it to over 150,000 ounces a year is our internal target. So how do we do that? You do that by exploration, obviously, and growing it. So we just kicked off the first 50,000 meters of exploration designed around outlining a minimum of 2 to 2.5 million ounces in the ground. So our most recent results coming out are from the very first drill hole, actually, that we did at Eau Claire, and it was a pretty aggressive step out. We hit the structure of Eau Claire 660 meters down plunge from the deposit. It's for a company of our size, that's a pretty wild step out, going 660 meters. Typically you stay close and you step out in a very safe manner. But again, it's large scale exploration. We want to shatter the previous view of what these projects can be and point people to, where these things are going to go. The intercept had the same quartz tourmaline veining and was gold bearing, 3 meters of 2.6 grams and containing a meter of almost 5 grams, which is above cutoff grade and within the same statistical envelope as the resource itself. So we're very, very happy with that result. I think the outcome of the whole provides, to me, an early indication that the deposit does indeed extend to at least that 660 meter mark to the east. And based on the results, we've retasked the second drill to start drilling out that kilometer extension. So the next step for us, of course, is to vector in on higher and higher grades as we go. And so in the next few months, we're going to have 10 to 12 holes through that 1 kilometer extension, and we'll actually have a fuller picture of how the Eau Claire resource behaves as you go to depth. After that, I think the work's going to be fairly straightforward, right? We just throw 4 rigs on it and just drill it out over the next 24 to 36 months, adding ounces and continuously increasing the value of Eau Claire as we advance it.
Yeah, it'll be an exciting couple of months, and definitely, and especially a couple of years. So what are the upcoming catalysts for investors to look out for in the near future, like in the next couple of months, let's say?
We're going to have a wall of activity, drill results, and news starting essentially this week and into the foreseeable future, right? We've deliberately sequenced our exploration activity in order to be creating and always have catalytic opportunities for shareholders throughout the year, right? There will be elevated work in Quebec over the winter, and then in the summer months, we're going to be in BC and up in Nunavut, right? So we're always going to be initiating drilling somewhere. There's always going to be press releases with drill results coming out. As we've discussed at Eau Claire, I think it's a pretty straightforward growth story now that we have a little bit of a first early picture from our big step out hole. We're just really going to continue to infill our internal goal of getting that project to 2 million ounces. So we're going to have our first infill results out in the next couple of weeks, which is going to be nice. I mean, I think the market is waiting for more drill results from us, and those are going to come soon. And then it'll be consistent drill results starting probably in mid-March. A lot of the assay labs are backed up in Canada. I'm sure you've heard that from many people, which is a pain. But if we're all in the same boat, we're all in the same boat. Over at Homestake, we're going to hit it this summer with the largest program that project has ever seen. Those results will come out going into September conference season, so that's pretty exciting timing. It's going to be great for marketing. However, we're going to have news out very soon, actually, shortly, on what our detailed plans are going to be for Homestake going forward, right? So, we've talked a lot about Eau Claire to support the transaction from last year, and certainly it's winter and we can get going with a large program there. But what we really want to do in the coming weeks and months is really kind of start to layer in the narrative of what we're going to do in BC, so people can anticipate and investors can make their own decisions, whether they're happy with that or not. Up at Community Bay, in my view, we've positioned shareholders in a world-class exploration project in Nunavut. We plan to commence drilling in June. I think that we're going to execute the most targeted drill program that project has also seen. And much like Homestake, I think we're going to have results going into Q3, Q4. No shortage of geological potential at the assets. We're going to have a pretty busy technical calendar this year, which is a really good situation to be in. If you look at our share price, Aaron, and you take that perspective, I'm not going to be happy until we trade right through the analyst consensus price target of a 350 Canadian. That's my goal. And I think that we have, the people, the plan, the assets, and the outlook of good technical performance to achieve that.
Awesome. I look forward to, updating the community with your results. Like you said, it'll be a busy year. So finally, how can investors get in touch with the company? Where should they go for more information?
Go to the website. It's a new company. We're refining our website all the time, giving it more content, answering more questions. But the absolute best way would be to email us at info@furygoldmines.com.
Perfect, Michael. Well, thanks so much for all the updates, and I look forward to keeping the community up to date on all your stuff this year.
Great. Thank you for having me, Aaron.
All right, guys, that wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to say, if you do support me, the channel, and all these videos, then kindly smash that like button along with hitting the subscribe button and the bell for notifications for future videos. I did also want to say, check the disclaimer down below. This video was sponsored by the company that we are talking about today. So check the disclaimer, full disclosure, and we're out of here. Always remember, guys, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.